Socceroos, let's go. Welcome to Coast Watch Football and welcome to the very first ever Socceroos live watch-along for this crucial World Cup qualifier tonight at home against Vietnam. Usually here on the channel, of course, we cover a lot of A-League football stuff, a lot of Central Coast Mariners news as well. But of course, tonight, it's all about the Australian national team. I'm really keen to do more content around the Australian national team and the Socceroos because it's a team that I know a lot of the viewers of this channel support and enjoy to watch. And this, dude, we're set for an epic game tonight. We're set for an epic game. So we're going to have the lineup news and everything. If this is your first time tuning into a live stream, we're gonna be keeping you guys up to date with the live lineup news and everything else, man. So let's jump into the live chat and let's get talking because kickoff is only 10 minutes away, and we have to win this. It's as simple as that, man. We have to win this game. Fingers crossed we can do it tonight. It's looking like a packed Amy Park. Of course, the Big Blue, the massive A-League fixture between Sydney FC and Melbourne Victory took place at the stadium just a couple nights ago. But this looks like one of the biggest. This should be one of the biggest crowds that Amy Park has seen in recent times, hey? All right, how's it going in the chat? I see Steve in here. I see Elite Falcon jumping in. Good to see you guys pouring into the chat. And thanks for joining me here tonight. Josh is in here. How's it going, Josh? Liverpool fan? So annoyed about the FFA Cup host thing. Yeah, so for those that don't know, FFA Cup Draw took place today. And, well, not necessarily the draw, but simply who was going to host it. And it hasn't been locked in, and I'll explain for those that didn't catch it. So it was either going to be Gosford or Melbourne being drawn as the host city. Wellington can't host games in the Cup. And Melbourne was drawn. But, of course, Melbourne still have to play their game against Wellington. Now, if Melbourne win, they lock in their home final at Amy Park. If Wellington win, then it goes automatically to Gosford because Wellington can't host. So, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed, dude, that Mariners get the win. Williams in here says, let's go Wellington. That's right, dude. All Mariners fans will be Wellington Phoenix fans for a day on Saturday. Anyone know where I can watch the mighty Socceroos here in the US? Good question. I wish I could help you out. I'm not sure. There could potentially be some broadcaster showing it. But yeah, man. But I don't think... Elite Falcon says install 10 Bold. I think 10 Play... So yeah, it is available on 10 Bold for free-to-wear in Australia and 10 Play. But I think 10 Play is just exclusive to Australia. I don't think it's available for overseas. Hey, let's jump into some lineup news. And usually, if you guys are familiar to the live stream, which I know some of you in here are... We've got this little graphic around us and get ready for this transformation. Very excited for this. This is the first time we're using the Socceroos watch-along graphic. Boom. This is it. So we've got the lineup there. Let's jump straight into the starting lineup. We'll run through it. Matt Ryan, of course, Socceroos captain in goals. Karacic right back. Sainsbury and Deganek in centre. In the centre-back positions, of course, no Harry Suter, still out with injury. Joel King comes in for his Socceroos debut. Massive opportunity for Joel King in this game, of course, as is Bate, stuck over in Europe. Jackson Irvine, Aaron Moy playing in midfield, and then in the attacking positions. Got Martin Boyle expected to play on the right-hand side, Matthew Leckie on the left. Expect those guys maybe to swap wings at times, though. Tommy Rogic playing in behind Jamie McLaren, and I called in this week's podcast, man, I called for Jamie McLaren to start, specifically because they're playing the game at Amy Park, a venue where he knows where the goals are. He's scored so many goals at Amy Park. He won the Golden Boot for Melbourne City, playing at the stadium last year. So yeah, dude, it just makes so much sense. It makes so much sense. Alrighty. So, dude, packed stands here at Amy Park, dude. Look at that. It's really remarkable to see the stands right now because of obviously the times that we live in, and with the restricted crowds like this is packed, man. I as far as I know, I don't think there's a restriction on it at all. Hey, does anyone know if there's any crowd restrictions at Amy Park? I mean, from what I'm seeing here, it's not completely full, but it's very close, dude. 95% full, I reckon. So. Massive atmosphere for this massive game. Yeah. Ex-Mariner United says William. That's right. How many former Mariners can we name? Matty Ryan, Trent Sainsbury, Tommy Rogic. There's 3 in the starting lineup. And of course, as well, shout out to our man Kai Rolls, Central Coast Mariner, who's on the bench in this game. Will he get some minutes? Potentially. Unlikely, but yeah. Oh, dude. Can't wait, mate. I can't wait for this one. I'll tell you that right now. All right. What are we expecting? What's the score prediction for this one? As Vietnam's going through their national anthem. Noah asks, is Duke on the bench? Yes. So Duke's on the bench. Everyone got Duke on the bench. Got the likes of, as I mentioned, Kai Rolls. Yeah, so I'll pull up the bench news in a second, actually. But jumping with your score predictions, I'm back in. I'm gonna say 2-0. I'm gonna say 2-0. I've got a feeling Vietnam will make it tricky for us, man. Yeah. Brock says, I really hope Jamie McLaren scores tonight. Right? Yeah, that's right. Riley McGree's on the bench. That's the other one I wanted to talk about. Riley McGree, who all eyes on Riley McGree. Obviously, he's sort of been in the news recently. Joshy's coming with a 3-0 prediction. We love it. All right. Let's bring up our scoreboard here as we prepare to do the Australian national anthem in the stadium. How good. Boom, 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 rum-ba-ba-boom. Australian national anthem going on. Dude, just the energy. The energy when a full stadium singing the national anthem. Can't beat it. Rejoice. I'm not going to sing the whole thing on live stream, dude. Can you imagine? Jezza Boy's in here. Good to see you in here, Jezza Boy. Noah's 2-0 prediction. Very nice. Rice says, don't tell my Vietnamese mate, but 4-0 to the Socceroos. Jezza Boy saying 3-0 too. Look, we'd love a big win. We've got the game against Oman away next week. It's a big game. And then, of course, the two really challenging ones because the two teams sitting above us, we play later on the year around March. Japan, Saudi Arabia, they're both going to be so tough. So we have to win. We have to win. If we draw this game, if we don't get a win tonight, then it's definitely panic stations in terms of automatic qualification. We might get through on the playoff third place in the group. So, fingers crossed, dude. Fingers crossed. Brock says, I saw a night, I couldn't go. Got work tomorrow, else I would have been there. Yeah, dude. Look at this, man. Look at this. Oh, dude. It's honestly so weird seeing a full stadium. It's been like years since we've seen a full stadium. You know what I mean? Especially in Melbourne, because Melbourne have copped it, man. I mean, one of the most locked down cities in the world in recent years. So, 5-0 says Elite Falcon. Good to see these confident score predictions. Love to see it. Good stuff. All right. Couple minutes away from kickoff. It's available if you're watching in Australia on 10 Bold on free-to-air TV and 10 Play as well if you're watching on a mobile device or computer. So here we go. How good? How good to have Socceroos on free-to-air as well. It's good stuff. Regan, how's it going? Hey, Coast Watch, what channel are you watching the game on? Game is on, if you're in Australia, I assume you're in Australia, Regan, 10 Bold, which I believe is, if you just punch in the numbers, I think it's channel 12 or 12 or 13. Or if you're just watching on a mobile device or computer, you can go to 10play.com.au. I know, right? There's pre-game ads. But, dude, I'm confident with this lineup, man. This is very close to the lineup that I wanted to see, actually. Really, really close. I was calling for maybe Craig Goodwin ahead of Matthew Leckie. Matthew Leckie hasn't had the best form in the A-League at the moment. But we'll take it. All right, let's get our scoreboard going. No Aiden Hrustich, as I just mentioned there in commentary, which is a bit of a blow. Aiden Hrustich, I like him, man. He's a good player. He's a great player. But still, so much quality midfield. Good to see Aaron Moy back. Hopefully he has a big game tonight. Jackson Irvine in his hometown. Tommy Rogic as well. Had a successful stint with Melbourne Victory in this city a while back as well. It's an amazing lineup, says Pano. Yeah, dude. Lockie, what's your score prediction? I'm going... Well, before I said 2-0. But some of you guys were saying like 4-5-0. Maybe, dude, just more goals the merrier. Just so in terms of the group standing, man. If we can get some good goal difference, yeah, man. More the merrier. So if you guys haven't tuned into a live stream, live watch along before, I'll have the scoreboard updated here, and also the clock more importantly, where you can sync up your clock to what I'm watching here. And I'm watching live on TV here. There might be a bit of a delay, of course, on YouTube. There is a bit of a delay sometimes with the live streams. But here we go, getting kicked off. About to get kicked off here at Amy Park. Keen for this one, man. Soccer is back in action. It's been a few months. Here we go. So feel free to sync up your streams or whatever we're watching here. And we are underway at Amy Park, Vietnam, kicking off. Let's go. Here we go. Kind of says higher than 2-0, surely. I don't know. I'm just like, especially after the couple draws last time around, I'm just like, I don't want to get too carried away, no. Oh, early chance for the Roos. Rogic, 1-0. Let's go. Roos are up. Tommy Rogic within 20 seconds. What a start for the Socceroos. Incredible. Incredible. That's one of the fastest Socceroos goals I've ever seen. The referee's checking something apparently. But what a start. 1-0 already. That's right, Pato. That's right, Brock. Footy galore's in here. Referee's checking something. He's listening. They're checking it. Oh, dude, what a start. Surely give it. What was wrong? Was there an offside call maybe? So the ball came back, Vietnam. Gave the ball away. Aaron Moy picking it up. Tommy Rogic plays it along the wing for Boyle, who goes for that low cross. And what a tee up. That's a goal. What's wrong with that? Checking possible offside. Who was offside? Was McLaren offside? What are we saying? Messi says offside maybe. Yeah. Surely given the referee's looking at the monitor for an offside, which I don't know if they usually do that for offside. Or maybe obstructing the goalkeeper. Potentially. Here we go. Referee's about to make his decision. And surely, please. Offside, no goal. The goal is ruled out. What a dramatic start. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, what a start, dude. So Socceroos put the ball at the back of the net within 20 seconds. Tom Rogic. It was a really nice move. And I was jumping, man. You guys can watch it on a replay. I did not see that coming at all. I was just getting settled in. And it's been ruled off for offside. I'm not sure why. I want to go see another replay of that. Maybe was there a player obstructing the referee? I'm thinking that because the referee had to go over to look at the screen. Usually, if there's just like a simple offside call, the referee will just tell him, it's like, oh yeah, he's offside. But he had to go look, so maybe, yeah. All right, here we go. Socceroos in the box. Surely a corner? Nope. Well, a bright start within 3 minutes here. A bright start. Didn't look offside, says Brock. Oh, wow. Footy Galore says already controversial. It is, isn't it? It already is. But, dude, this is positive. So, having a look here on the replay. Okay, yeah. So, it's Jackson Irvine, who's... Yeah. So, Jackson Irvine's in an offside position, and he's basically a meter in front of the goalkeeper. That's a fair decision. What do you guys make of that? Yeah. Brock says he's offside. Josh says it. Yeah, obstruction because of Irvine. Yeah. Yeah, man. Karacic starting at right back. He's on the ball. Good to see Karacic get a run in this game. Oh, good pass. Almost finding McLaren. Dude, I'm in for this. We're set for this game, man. We're in for a good watch along tonight, man. This is gonna be good. This is gonna be fun. Hannah says that offside was a tough call. Right, says Irvine in the way. Yeah. I don't think anyone can dispute that offside call, hey. All right, another thrown in a dangerous position. Let's come to the far post. Leckie. Interesting to keep an eye on Matt Leckie in this game. Oh, Irvine might be in here. Here's McLaren. Ball's bouncing around. Matt Leckie in the box. I'll touch on Matt Leckie in a second after this play finishes because I want to. There's a couple key players starting tonight that I want to talk about. Throw in Vietnam. Matt Leckie, shaky form in the A-League. Shaky form. Against Adelaide a couple of weeks ago, he did look good. Against Mariners last weekend, he was involved as well. But overall, he's been very lackluster at A-League level, which is why some people heading into the squad announcement and this game of questioning his involvement in the side. But from what we know from Graham Arnold, he likes picking his regulars. He likes picking the players that he's worked with. Yeah, man. Like, we can see that from the Olyroos guys that he picked. Of course, Graham Arnold took the Olyroos to Japan for the Olympics, and he's brought guys who were involved there. Oh, what a ball, Rogic! We're gonna interrupt that. Here's Leckie. What a save by the keeper, 1-on-1. Oh my goodness, dude! This is an epic start from the Socceroos. We can't keep up with it, man. We can't keep up with it. Oh goodness me! All right. So we're just over 5 minutes in, man, and I can't keep up, dude. We can't keep up with it. All right. What are we saying in the chat? What are we saying in the chat, man? Commentators were going crazy. That's right, football galore. Worthy in the chat says, how do you watch it? If you're in Australia, you can watch on 10 Bold on free-to-air TV, or you can watch on 10play.com.au or the 10play app. Josh says, how did he miss? It was a good chance, hey? And we're just talking about Matt Leckie and how he's been a bit lackluster in with his club football lately. He's been a bit poor, has to be said. Maybe not poor, just he came with such big expectations, and here he is again on the left wing. Matt Leckie. Come on. But will he step up for the Socceroos? He could prove all the haters wrong. Or the critics, rather. We want him to succeed. We want him to do well. Look at Tom Rogic. He's out on the right-hand side. He's floating around. He's got good sprint from Boyle. He gets the cross in. Headed clear. Back in by Karacic. Oh, Joel King. Shout out to Joel King, Sydney FC left back. He's involved with the Australian national team at senior level for the first time ever. Had a really good Olympics campaign with the Olyroos. Tommy Rogic, look at him winning the ball. Winning the ball. Footy Gloss says, I got your channel off Sammy GFC. Do you know his channel? Yeah, I know Sammy. He's been following the page for a while, I think. Streams vibe good as always, says, right, thanks man, appreciate it. Always like to have a nice positive vibe here, chill vibe. Very just a good place to hang out. And glad that you guys can join me for this one, man. We're keen for you. Over 30 people in the chat watching at the moment. Good to see you guys here. And if this is your first time tuning in, or if you want to support the channel, feel free to hit like on this live stream if you haven't already. Really helps out the channel. We do a lot of, if maybe this is your first time tuning in, if you're catching the Socceroos stuff, maybe you haven't watched a lot of A-League stuff. We do a lot of A-League content here. So feel free to hit like, and if you want to stick around for the other stuff, you can subscribe. Jake says Socceroos play so good in Melbourne. Well, dude, they're fulfilling that with the start, hey? Footy Galore says, love your setup, so chill, comfy, great vibe. I know, right? It's very chill. I've got the couch in the background. You can't really see. I've got the green lights. I was like, yeah, these lights don't really go yellow. I was like, gotta do like yellow and green, but there isn't really much of a yellow, so I was like, I'll just go green. I'll go green. Yeah, dude. From Cape Town, South Africa, Amir Freeman. Thanks for tuning in, bro. Hope you're doing well over there. What's the time over there in South Africa? Cape Town. Probably sometime during the day, or maybe morning. Morning in South Africa, would it be? Vietnam on the front foot here. Footy Galore asks, are you into AFL at all, Coast Watch? Yeah. I'm a casual fan, though. I'm a casual fan. I got into it actually just last year a bit. I'm a GWS fan. But yeah, casual fan, so I wouldn't call myself a serious fan or anything. Here's Martin Boyle streaking through the middle. Fran Karacic making the run on the right. Decent cross. Can't find a Socceroos player. This is good. This is good. This is good. Liverpool fan 11. How are you doing? I do see you popping up in these live streams, Liverpool fans. So good to see you here for the Socceroos one as well. 11:20 in the morning in Cape Town. Very nice. Okay. Well, this game has started with a bang. We're keeping up with it. Trying my best. Socceroos already with 3 or 4 decent chances. And obviously a goal ruled out at the start of the game. Tommy Rogic almost opening the scoring within 20 seconds in case you missed it earlier. Here's an attack on the left. Here's Matt Leckie. Can he get around his man? He can. He goes down. Penalty? No penalty. Now they can check this. I'll be honest. It looked a bit divey. He sort of looked like he flew. Here's the replay. Matt Leckie. Ooh, is he clipped? Was there a clip there? Was there a touch? Was that a touch? They touch boots, dude. Here's a better angle. Matt Leckie's right leg's a penalty. That's a penalty, right leg. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? That was a penalty, no? Matt Leckie keeps running if they don't make contact like that. Matt Leckie keeps going. Foot gets clipped by the opposition. Commentators don't seem to retain much about it. Right says, yeah, nothing in my opinion. Socceroos. Again, Rogic. Look at, dude, just the way he runs, Tom Rogic. And I remember that, like, being a Mariners fan, I remember Tom Rogic coming on the scene early as a youngster. Relatively young at the time. And just his stature and his strength on the ball was, he was so elegant. He's so elegant on the ball, you know what I mean? The way he can just, like, ride through challenges. So good. Liverpool fan says pen. Tunley says that's a pen. 100% pen, says Furious George. Leckie's in again. Oh, he goes down again. Leckie goes down again. This time, there's direct contact with the player. I don't know whether that's a penalty, though, because that was sort of just... that was just face-to-face contact. There is currently a Vietnam player down off the ball in a... He was in a wrestle with Degenek. I didn't really see too much. Degenek's arm sort of gets in the way of the... Here's the replay of the second Leckie possible penalty shot. I don't know if that's a penalty. They sort of just both run into each other. Yeah. Okay. So, 12 minutes in this game. It's spicy. It's fiery. We love it. We love it. Wow. Okay, little break and play here with Vietnam dealing with an injury to one of their players. Look at this. They're showing this disallowed goal. Jackson Irvine. What is he doing there too? I mean, I'm sure when you're a player, you're not really thinking about your positioning, you know, whether you're standing in front of the goalkeeper or not there, but I don't know, like, yeah, I feel like you should be wary if you're getting that close to the goalkeeper, running right in front of him. Yeah. Yes, I do support the Niners, yeah. Niners. Again, I'm just a casual fan. I'm not like a hardcore NFL follower or anything, but Niners are my team in the NFL. Okay. So Tom Rogic involved early in this game, man. He's been the catalyst to all of the Roos attacks so far. Mark Milligan saying otherwise on the call says right. Ooh. Okay, so obviously a big, I don't want to say big weakness, but it is a change of the dynamic at the back for the Socceroos with no Harry Sutar, just the stature of the man. Milos Degenek is a decent replacement, though. He said it should have been a goal, said right? Interesting. It definitely looked offside to me, and you guys in the chat at the time seemed to agree it was offside. Ooh, McLaren almost sneaking in the ball here. Socceroos went high up the pitch. Matt Leckie again on the left. Moy. I like this positive start, though, dude. I like this positive start. It's a matter of sustaining it for 90 minutes. And scoring the goals. We've got to make sure we make this pressure pay. And make sure we do it sooner rather than later. I don't want to be going late into the second half without scoring a goal, you know what I mean? Friend Karacic looking to get down the right. Well done. Good run, Karacic. He's in here. Chips it in. Claimed by the keeper, who's hurt his back in the process. Xander's in here. Despite a bit late, I'm here. All good, dude. How's your day been? Brock says, McLaren full game, or does he get subbed? I wouldn't be surprised if he gets subbed. Michi Duke will probably come on. Let's maybe predict some subs in this game. What are we vibing for second half substitutes? Maybe Duke. I think we definitely have to see McGree. I think he's going to bring something different. I think we'll definitely see Goodwin. I think we'll see Craig Goodwin. And then, ball over from Rogic. Here we go. Here's a chance for Leckie. Oh. Well, Matt Leckie was in there, and the defender, credit to the defender who came across and cut it out. Maybe Goodwin coming on as well. I'm doing well, man. Enjoying this game so far. Xander, in case he didn't catch it earlier, we just had Socceroos had a disallowed goal within 20 seconds. Tom Rogic put the ball in the back of the net, but there was an offside call. Jackson Irvine obstructing the keeper in an offside position. That sounds good, Xander. Good to see you in here as well, Stephen. Hope you're doing well. Brock says substitutes McGree, Duke, Goodwin. Yeah, I mean, they all seem like good players who can bring something different. I mean, Duke always seems to find some minutes on the park. And McGree and Goodwin. Brock, I know you're an Adelaide fan, so specifically, you know McGree and Goodwin well. So, Goodwin's been building some good form in the A-League. Like, when you look at Leckie and Goodwin in the A-League so far this season, Goodwin's been a fair way ahead of Leckie in terms of overall form. And McGree's playing at a good level right now in the second division of England. So, yeah. A lot of red shirts in the stands here. A lot of Vietnam fans. It's good to see. Vietnam almost getting in here. Dagonet cuts it out. Look at Tom Rogic. I'm always so confident when Tom Rogic gets on the ball because stuff happens. And here is Leckie down the left. Rogic just giving it to him. Leckie decides to go back for Jolie King, who's getting some early touches in this game. Joel King, I'm sure Xander, being a Sydney FC fan, will be happy to see Joel King on the park for this game. Of course, Socceroos' usual left back, as is Bajic. Stuck in Europe, apparently due to a blizzard. I don't know about that. Apparently there's like a snowstorm or something happening across Europe. Hey, here's Leckie, who's cutting inside, looking for either Rogic or Ball. Can't find him. Oh, chance! Oh, Leckie. Was that Joel King with the cross? That was a great cross. And Leckie's header just goes wide. I don't think the keeper got a touch. It was a Joel King cross, man. It's one of the features of his game is good delivery. And Leckie, who, oh, that's so close, dude. Look at that. Is just drifting away. So, Matthew Leckie involved as well, man. Matthew Leckie involved. Liverpool fan, I love this question. Liverpool fan asks, what's your favourite sauce? Barbecue tomato. As you're being a Mariners fan, I think I should know because of the sauce pod Central Coast Mariners. Barbecue. Yeah. And if you guys check the podcast for the podcast episodes, which I just film on the couch behind me, if you haven't seen, I get a tomato and barbecue sauce set up as like little props, just to honor the inflatable sauce bottles at Central Coast Stadium. Here's a chance over here. Ball over for Martin Boyle on the right. Can he keep it in? He can. And he gets the cross in towards McLaren. Oh, can't direct it on goal and it's cleared away. Leckie going in for it. Jeez, what is he doing there? Has he hurt himself there, Matt Leckie? He's going in for a weird challenge. He didn't really have to dive in like that. Joel King, keep going. Well done, Joel King. Plays it in for Leckie. Oh! Leckie's pass is cut off. I think it was Rogic making the run in behind. Again, good chance from Socceroos. Oh, Aaron Moyes missed his challenge. Vietnam are breaking away here. 4-4. Still going here. It's Joel King who's out of position, of course, just involved in the attack. And they win a throw-in. Wow. Yeah, what are you guys saying? Barbecue or tomato sauce? Barbecue or tomato sauce? Tomatoes better than barbecue every day of the week, says Xander. Right, says Vietnam crowd is very loud. Yeah, dude, I was just saying before, there's like so many red shirts in the stadium. Would be 11 out of 10 happy if I saw Grant, Redmayne, and King. Yeah, maybe Ryan Grant off the bench as well. Could happen. Iggy says Amy Park is so full. It doesn't even look like Amy Park. I know, right? With the A-League and with restrictions, we're so used to seeing green seats. But look at it. It's so good to see, though, isn't it? So good to see, especially for such a crucial game. We're breaking away after this set piece oh no, we'll find a Socceroos player. Here we are on the attack. McLaren. Oh, what is going on? We had 4 plays in attack and McLaren was almost thinking too hard then. He was trying to go for like a sneaky... I think he was expecting Martin Bull to continue that run through the middle. He had Aaron Moy making that overlap around the right. What a chance, Socceroos. What a chance. All right. Source update in the chat. Iggy says tomato. Steven says tomato. Interesting. Okay. Paddy says watching Glasgow Celtic put on a show. Tommy's doing well. Tommy Rogic is doing well so far, man. Right, says barbecue sauce on a snag, tomato and everything else. Interesting. I do know people who do that, yeah. I'm barbecue all the way. Here we go. Oh, Vietnam might be in here. They've found their way into the box. Player. Almost a penalty shout there. Aaron Moy coming in the back. And it's all good. Oh, McLaren might get the ball here. And Socceroos could break again here. Jay McLaren's going to cut in field and play it for a teammate. Vietnam have 5 players back. Here's Martin Boyle looking for the run. Martin Boyle. Again, a wayward pass. Very similar to the McLaren incident just a minute ago. We're breaking away. It's looking promising. And the pass just isn't on. Either the run isn't happening or the pass is inaccurate. It's frustrating. That's frustrating, man. So it's like you're live commentating at the exact right time. Usually the live streams are a bit delayed. Is this one good, is it? Yeah, I'll tell you why. It's probably because we're all watching on free-to-air. Whereas if we're watching, usually the early games we watch on Paramount Plus, it can be a bit of a delay with those and people at different times. So that's good. Steven says this is the best Socceroos team. I reckon this is the strongest one we could field at the moment, hey? Maybe bar the exclusion of Harry Suter. But especially this midfield, like Irvine, Moy, Rogic. I love Martin Boyle. And I honestly think I'm stoked that Jay McLaren's starting. I think he's our best striker at the moment. I'd go for him ahead of Duke. And as is Baich too, you'd probably be a bit more confident with the experience of Az's Baich ahead of King. I mean, despite Joel King's made a pretty promising start so far. Oh, you're watching on 10 play. That's good then. Nice. Stephen, it's 2006 Socceroos is the best. Well, if we're talking about all-time Socceroos, then it's a different debate, isn't it? A different debate. Oh, Vietnam have won the ball up the pitch, but Trent Sainsbury can deal with it. Good to see former Central Coast Mariners, Matty Ryan, Trent Sainsbury, Tommy Rogic on the park. Reminds me of the good old days. Does Tilio get a run? Dude, would love to see Michael Tilio get a run. Make his Australian national team debut. Senior national team, that is. Brock says, McLaren over Duke 1,000%. Really miss Kuhl, says Xander Football. Yeah, dude, he was a legend, wasn't he? Socceroos legend. Tommy Rogic in midfield, winning the ball. Look at him go, and he wins the foul. Hopefully he's not too badly hurt, and it's a yellow card. But Tommy Rogic, man, what a start he's made. Looking very lively, and he's just a different beast. Tom Rogic is just a different beast. You can see him, he wins this challenge. That's a terrible challenge, man. Flying in. 2 feet off the floor, just flying in. It's lucky Tommy Rogic wasn't too badly hurt there. Right, says, feel like the Socceroos need another strong striker. Maybe Jason Cummings. Ooh, dude. Is this the season where Jason Cummings, who's just arrived at the Central Coast Mariners, he's living in Terrigal. We've seen the Instagram stories. He's living in Terrigal. And is maybe if he has a stellar season for the Mariners, set piece for the Roos. Doesn't work out. If Jason Cummings has a stellar season for the Mariners, then I think he stated that, man. I think he stated that he'd love to play for the Australian national team. He's got a dual nationality, like Scottish and Australian. So it could happen. It could happen. Could happen. Of course, Graham Arnold. Forgot to mention this earlier. Graham Arnold not at this game. I believe he's got COVID at the moment. So I hope he's all right. Andrew Clark on the bench, another former Central Coast Mariner. And one of the physios, former physio, not player, but physio at he was at Sydney FC as well, briefly, I think. Yeah, look, I'm interested to see what Cummings does at A-League level with the Mariners. He could tear it up, dude. He could tear it up. So many people are excited about him arriving. Iggy says, I would start Aiden Hrustic. The tricky thing is, like, who do you drop then if you start Hrustic, you know? Who do you drop then? Because at the moment, that this midfield three, when you look at Moy, Irvine, and Rogic, I don't know if I'd drop any of them. And you got to find the right balance, too. It's not like you could just drop any of them. Got to have the right balance. You can see here, it looks like Aaron Moy is the deepest lying of those three midfielders, too. As you can see, we've got, of course, the formation here on the screen. It sort of is Moy. I mean, it is Irvine and Moy sort of sitting in those holding midfield positions, but you can see Irvine, the 22, how much higher up he is on the pitch. A bit more license to drift around, whereas Aaron Moy doesn't tend to make those lung-busting runs. Oof. Vietnam breaking through the middle here. It's Karacic is out of position. Again, the fullback just getting exposed a couple times here, Socceroos. Joel King is back and deals with it. What a big game, especially for someone like Joel King, who's been building his career nicely at Sydney FC over the last few years. Probably hasn't had the best season this year in the A-League so far, Joel King. But credit to him, man. I mean, he's been on a pretty consistent rise for the last couple of years. So, past 26 minutes in this game, a little bit of a lull now in the action after what was a chaotic first 10 minutes for the Socceroos. We can even say chaotic first 20 seconds for the Socceroos. Wright says, Lockie, what are you drinking? Tonight we've got, this is the usual for these live streams, man. Chamomile tea, look at that. Twiney's chamomile tea. Will you ever find a YouTuber that's doing watch-alongs that just drinks chamomile tea while doing watch-alongs? That's what we're about here. Who was saying it before? Was it, I can't remember who was saying it before. Someone was saying before, commenting about, I believe it was Footy Galore, I think it was. It was commenting about how chill the streams are. It all comes from the chamomile tea, man. Chamomile tea, got the vibey lights in the background. It's good stuff, man. Good stuff. Alrighty. Xander says, I sent Joel King a message when I saw the thing about rumours of him being in the Socceroos and sent a message of congrats thinking he was confirmed. He had no idea what I was on about. So I had to apologise and it was confirmed later in the day and we laughed about it. That's hilarious. So you were basically the one that sort of broke the news. That's weird that he wouldn't know. You feel like they'd be contacted at least a day or two beforehand, right? But that's funny. Wow. So he had no idea. Here we go. Oh, Tommy Rogic. Again, like I feel like we have good field position and like we're in the right areas. It's just some of these passes aren't working out. Whether maybe some of these players, I mean, the players have only been training together for what, 3-4 days? I think most of them arrived on Monday, I'm pretty sure. Obviously, a few of these guys, like Jamie McLaren, like Matthew Leckie, already in the country, like Joel King. But obviously, it's a big trip for the guys like Jackson Irvine, like Tommy Rogic, Boyle, who are playing their football on the other side of the planet. Mariners for Life is in here. Come on, Australia. That's right. Let's go the Roos. Let's go the Roos. Also keeping an eye on the Australian Open scores. Of course, a lot happening in Melbourne at the moment. Of course, this game being played at Amy Park in Melbourne. The Australian Open is. I mean, I've never been down there, but I'm pretty sure it's right next door, isn't it? Anyone watching the stream at Melbourne local? It's close, isn't it? The tennis park at Australia, in Melbourne, tennis park in Melbourne. It's pretty much next door, isn't it? I don't know. MCG's close by as well. It's a really dope precinct. Checking the tennis score here. Barty won the first set, 6-1 over Keys. Tennis update for your Socceroos Watchalong, if you don't mind. And up 4-2 in the second set. It looks like Barty's going to secure a place in the Australian Open Women's Singles Final. Very exciting for Australia. A lot of exciting stuff happening for Australia at the moment. Here is Matt Leckie on the left-hand side. Can we create something? You can see the defenders that Vietnam are getting back to stop these attacks. Rogic with a cross towards McLaren. Yes! McLaren scores. Is it a goal? Is it awarded? Is it offside? Oh, no, it's good. It's a goal. It's a goal. Soccer is up 1-0. McLaren was running and then he's slowing down. And I was like, I thought maybe it was offside. I thought maybe he was stopping a celebration short. Socceroos are up. Socceroos are up. It was Matthew Leckie on the left-hand side. Laid it back for Rogic. What a cross from Tommy Rogic. Jamie McLaren unmarked. And I said it, dude. I said it in next week's podcast leading into this game. Jamie McLaren has to start. He's scored 100,000 goals in Amy Park over the years. This is his home ground. This is his home territory, especially at big games at Amy Park. That's where Jamie McLaren shows up, and he's done it here. What a fantastic header. 1-0. Let's go. Let's go. Chat's going off. Chat's going off. That's right. How good. 1-0 Socceroos. It's paid off, man. Starting McLaren has paid off. I told you it'd work. I told you it'd work. And it comes from, dude, Tom Rogic with the delivery. How good. How good. Right, says, I was going to say our finishing has been poor. But then that happened. That's right. That's right. I mean, as I was saying, it was like the longer it goes on without a goal, so the frustration starts to build, obviously. But yeah, man. Scotty's in here. Good to see you, Scott. Way to go. Get in. That's right. So, half an hour into the game, Socceroos are up 1-0. It's important that we maintain this dominance. We've been the better side so far, by a good margin. It's important that we don't let it slip. Xander says, I found it funny in a recent YouTube video. I still had the blue lights on in the background. Yeah, usually I do. I think by default, I just have the blue lights on. They're just the ones I usually have going anyway. But yeah, you're right, because they were the ones for the big blue. We're doing well, Scotty. It's a chill vibes here, but we are pumped about this game. Scotty, did you see the goal that was ruled out 20 seconds in? Tom Rogic put the ball in the back of the net literally in 20 seconds into the game, and it was ruled out an offside. It was chaotic. It was chaotic. You guys can on replay. I'm pretty sure you can go back and check it out if you want. Literally 20 seconds into the game, I was freaking out. All right. Up the Roos. Greetings from California. What's the time over there in California? Good to see you tuning in here, though. But we had good to see some international viewers. We had Amir tuning in, I believe, from South Africa, Cape Town. Espinoza tuning in from California. That's awesome. What's the time in California? It must be early morning, wouldn't it be, in California? Or potentially night. Potentially late night in California. Was it 6-7 hours behind Eastern Coast Australia here? Socceroos, Martin Boyle's just won a free kick. He's just been taken out on the sideline here, Martin Boyle. And we've won the free kick. That was a crunching tack. That was a crunching foul, dude. Look at this. Oh, dude, Martin Boyle just taken out. The challenge was nowhere near the ball. Look at that. Oh, that's got to be a yellow card, man. That's cynical. It is yellow card. It is yellow card. That was a rough foul. Yeah. Free kick in from Moy. Oh, just flicked off the head of Deganek. Wow. Xander says, if we win this, are we in the World Cup or am I stupid? No, that's a fair question, man. Because, dude, honestly, qualifying at times confuses me because there's like all the different rounds, there's different groups, there's different teams. We don't qualify if we win tonight. We have a game against Oman coming up So we have 3 more games after this. Oman, Saudi Arabia, and Japan. The top 2 teams go automatically through the World Cup. The third place team, which is where we are now, play a playoff against a South American team, which is I believe is going to be like either, it's not set yet, but it'll be someone like Uruguay or Colombia or one of those other teams, which would be a tough game. Because we all know how good those South American teams are. We are not sleeping tonight, says Espinoza, tuning in from California. Good to see you in there, man. Thanks for jumping in. Vietnam looking to get him behind. Degenek is there to clear again. Degenek's been good so far. He's dealt with a few things, hasn't he? He's been there to clean up. Both him and Sainsbury. It's been good. Good performance so far from the Roos. Tom Rogic now on the ball in the opposition half. Amir says Moy, an underrated baller. Dude, when Moy's at his best, he can be Australia's best player. Like, easily. I think back, when Aaron Moy was tearing it up for Melbourne City back in, 2016, around then. He's just played a ball in for Boyle, and here's McLaren. Oh. Well cut out by the Vietnamese defender. Yeah, dude, Moy's fantastic. We love him. We are second if we win this, but if Japan win their game, they'll go back in front, says Xana. Yeah, and actually, that reminds me, let's actually pull up the live ladder and everything. Let's have a look at the group. Amir, thanks for subscribing, man. Appreciate it, dude. Appreciate it. I'll pull up the live ladder in a second, but here comes Martin Boyle into the box. We're going to win a corner. Let's go. Oh, no, offside. I was about to start getting those positive vibes going, eh? Here we go. So let's check out the group ladder at the moment. And Saudi Arabia play Vietnam, I believe. Actually, when is that happening? Is that tonight or is that maybe tomorrow? And that's a big game because those are the 2 teams that are currently above us in the group. And dude, I don't know why. I'm just like extra keen for the World Cup this year, man. I don't know whether it's because I'm a bit older now, but I'm just keen, man, and I desperately want us to qualify. The Oman game, the next one is on Wednesday, 2nd of February, 3 a.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time, 3 a.m. So no watch long for that one, but of course, still just as important to keep an eye on that game. And then later on in March, we've got the games against home against Australia. That's happening in Sydney. And then away to Saudi Arabia. Here's the Roos on attack again. Looking for that far post. Boyle in the box. It's Leckie. It's blocked. Well, Matt Leckie has been involved, has had so many touches in the box in this first half. At the moment, hasn't made anything pay. I said it early in the game, man. Matt Leckie, one of these players that we have to watch closely. He's been underperforming at A-League level for Melbourne City. Is he just looking a bit shaky here? Is he maybe lacking some confidence? You can see here. He probably did the best he could there. The defenders did well to get in front to block that opportunity. It has to be said as well. Japan playing China at 9. Right, okay. There's a lot to keep up with the different teams playing. Is it right to watch the Japan game because it starts at 9? I don't believe there is I don't think Channel 10 is showing. I think Channel 10 just do the Aussie games. So I don't think it's, as far as I don't think there's a way to catch it. Steven says, I'm happy to call myself an Aussie. Dude, yeah, we're proud of this team. We're proud of how they're playing at the moment. Currently up 1-0 against Vietnam. Heading towards halftime slowly here. Scott says, Leckie needs some confidence. I 100% agree. Because he's got the quality. He's got the skills. He's got the technical ability. But confidence is a big thing in football. And he doesn't have that at the moment. We've seen that in his games for Melbourne City. He hasn't been proactive enough. Bit of Frank Karacic having a bit of a conversation with the assistant referee there as he loses that throw in. Cooper's in the chat. Barty 16163. Ash Barty. Through to the final. How good. We love Ash Barty. Of course, she's playing literally probably a few hundred meters. I mean, and again, I don't know the geography exactly of how of Melbourne, but I do know that the tennis park is very close to Amy Park. So, Barty securing a place in the Australian Open final. How good? How good for Australia? We're checking out the live group now. Yes, so Xander was right as he was saying before. This current as it stands at the moment, we currently sit in second place on 14 points. Japan just 2 points behind us. Yeah, dude. So we'll definitely be keeping a close eye, especially in those games involving Japan and Saudi Arabia. Here's Rogic. Good play in the box. Irvine loses it. Moy can regather here. It's going to find Karacic. And again, so good to see Aaron Moy back at Amy Park. The stadium, I said it a few minutes ago, how he used to tear it up for Melbourne City. This was the stadium where he did it at. Here's found Karacic in the box. Karacic looking to get around his man. He's been getting forward a lot, Karacic, this game. Oh, look at him just getting back and bolt. And did he get a boot to the head there, Karacic? He's up for this, Frank Karacic, man. He's up for this. We used to sing Ryan Grant. It was Ryan Grant who I believe was starting it right back in the previous qualifiers. But Frank Karacic getting the selection here. Ooh. Ash Barty will be in the Australian Open final, says Stephen. Hopefully, dude, fingers crossed she wins it, eh? Fingers crossed she wins it. Cooper says, just check. The stadiums are 36 metres apart from Amy Park? Really? 36 metres? Like Amy Park to like Rod Laver Arena. That's a lot closer than I thought. I thought it'd be like a few hundred metres maybe. Like I knew it was close. I didn't realize it was that close. Wow. Or is that just to like the tennis park in general? Maybe not specifically Rod Laver Arena. So, I'm just checking these. The qualifier times down. Yeah, Japan, as you guys were saying, Japan taking on China tonight at 9 p.m. And the other one, Saudi Arabia taking on Oman. That's happening overnight, 4:15 a.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. Yeah, man. And then this is the big one we have to keep an eye on. Japan taking on Saudi Arabia on Tuesday night, 1st of Feb. Vietnam in with their first shot on the goal, Matty Ryan. Easy safe. Easy safe. Okay. Brock says, don't sub McLaren yet. Yeah, it's super close to the MCG2. Yeah. I was saying that before. It's like everything's all together there, isn't it? Don't sub. Why are you saying don't sub McLaren yet? Was he injured or something? 36 meters. Dude, that's so close. I want to look at this, man. I should look at this later. I didn't know it was that close. That's crazy. That'd be epic, man. Like, imagine, like, just spending the day at the tennis and then heading over to Amy Park across the road to watch the Socceroos. Not used to that being a coasty lad where we've got Central Coast Stadium and only Central Coast Stadium. It's a much chiller vibe up here on the coast. That's right, Stephen. Dylan Alcott played his last Oz Open today as well. What a legend, Dylan Alcott. Love the guy. Get a drone and watch both games at once, says Hypergang. You could do that just with the one drone. One drone overhead. You'd be able to see everything, eh? Amy Park, Rod Laver Arena. It'd be epic. It's a free tram from the cities. Dude, I've never been to Melbourne. And I've got to get down there, man. I'm honestly, I'm such a country lad when I think about it. I'm such a country boy. And obviously, there's a potential chance of that I'd be heading down to Melbourne if the Ffa Cup ends up there. We'll find out whether that's going to be the case or not this Saturday. Hey, here's Tom Rogic. Just loses the ball. Credit to Vietnam, who have done well who have defended well this game. and have been very competitive. Here's Martin Boyle on the right-hand side. Gets the ball in. Irvine goes up. Here's Rogic. Oh, what a hit. Oh, he caught that well, Tom Rogic. The shot was blocked, though, and Vietnam are going to break the other way. Oh, the challenge in. Was that Matt Leckie? Matt Leckie's picked up the first yellow card for the Socceroos, I believe. Came flying in from out of nowhere there. Brock, you sound so surprised that I've never been to Melbourne. As I said, dude, I'm a country lad. I need to get out. Obviously, recent times have made that difficult as well. When is the FFA Cup final? FFA Cup final is taking place on Saturday, February 5 at 7:45 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. That's been confirmed. And we'll just wait to see, depending on who wins the semi-final, whether it'll be played at Gosford or Melbourne. If Victory win the semi-final, it goes to Melbourne. If Wellington win the semi-final, it goes to Gosford. It is as simple as that. All right. 2 minutes injury time here. 2 minutes injury time before we have our break. At the halftime break, we're going to chat about the game. We're going to chat about who's performing, who isn't performing. What substitutions do we need to see be made in the second half as well? And any other banter can answer your questions if anyone's got questions as well. So let's keep an eye on the action here, and then we'll jump into the live chat, and we can talk. Vietnam are going to look to get forward here late on. Oh, good turn. Degenek's there to... Oh, dude, they almost got in there. Matt Ryan had to come out and claim it himself. Degenek just... Oh, dude, again, these fouls, man. McLaren taken out. Wow. SB4 says, what do you think about the draw? Since Chris aren't getting it. Yeah, so what do I think about the draw? Obviously, just disappointed that Gosford wasn't drawn. Oh, dude, we're in! We just scored a second goal, and they didn't show it because they were doing the replay. But Mariners, Australia up 2-0. Is it Tom Rogic? They didn't show it because they were showing a bloody replay. But Tom Rogic has just scored in first half injury time. We get to see this, dude. They were showing the replay of the previous challenge. Jackson Irvine playing it up the left. There's Matt Leckie with a fantastic pass in. Tom Rogic. Dude, what a finish. What a finish, Tom Rogic. And Socceroos will take a 2-goal lead into the halftime sheds, which is a good result and very satisfied that we got 2 goals, considering the pressure and the forward pressure that we've built this game. But 2-0. 2-0. Amir says game done. Look, it's going to be a big ask for Vietnam to come back from that. But the important thing is that we got 3 points in this game. And this is a good position for us to be in. It is halftime at Amy Park here. What a fantastic game it's been so far from the Socceroos' point of view. 2-0 up. Tom Rogic with that goal late on there. Jamie McLaren scoring as he always does at Amy Park. How good. Mariners for Life says, I love you, Rogic. Dude, we love Tommy Rogic. What a legend. Aussie legend. Does it again. So, half-time. What do we make of that game? I'm loving it, man. 30th minute McLaren goal, 45th minute Rogic goal. Of course, Tom Rogic almost scored within 20 seconds. Well, he did score, but it was ruled out due to a Jackson Irvine offside, ruled to be obstructing the goalkeeper. Dude, look at this. Vietnam coaches having a go at the referee. Not sure what for. But look, overall positive from the Socceroos. There goes my prediction, says Noah. Dangerous score 2-0, says Scotty. Japan versus China, a couple minutes, says right. Yeah, all eyes on that one. Japan will go in as favourites. Obviously, we know the strengths that Japan have. Saudi Arabia currently top of the group as well. So, 2-0, half-time. In a good position. And a good... I think it's important that we score at least one more goal. Get it to 3-0. Give us some goal difference. Let's pull up the group ladder actually right now. See how the group standings are looking. So as it stands, Socceroos do sit in second place on 14 points. Goal difference is currently 6. Japan, who played tonight, who probably will win, Japan's goal difference is on 2. So if we can... And Saudi Arabia's goal difference is on 6. So same as the Socceroos at the moment. Oh, Socceroos, it's just been updated literally just then because they've just accounted for that second goal. Socceroos are now on 7 with goal difference. So that's good. That's good because it could come to the point where the goal difference could come into play in terms of who secures a World Cup position and who doesn't. So, goals, man. Like, this isn't simply a matter of, especially against, look, no disrespect to Vietnam and these like lower placed teams in the ladder, but like we have to be utilizing these sorts of games to score goals because we don't know what it's going to be like against the likes of Saudi Arabia and Japan. You know what I mean? Let's talk about it in the chat. We'll talk about Rogic. Look at you guys. Shadow saying Rogic has been amazing tonight. Panna says Rogic is a wizard. Panna says Boyle is magic. Panna says, what a half from Lecky, Karacic, Boyle, Rogic. All those guys were involved. Hey, Scotty says Rogic in beast mode. Panna says Lecky getting super involved. Neon's in here, says, hey Lockie, how's the stream going? It's going great, man. Thanks for asking. It's a lot of fun. Also, what an end to the first half, dude. Fantastic. And I was so surprised because they were showing a replay and then they cut from the replay and Tom Rogic was celebrating. They'd balls in the back of the net. Jake asks, would you go to the Ffa Cup final in Melbourne? A lot of people have asked me this. I'd love to get down. We were just talking about it before. I've actually never been to Melbourne and would love to get down to Amy Park. It looks like a fantastic stadium. But first of all, just fingers crossed it can be hosted at Gosford. That is priority. Whew. Yeah, dude. Saudi Arabia also playing tomorrow against Oman. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that one as well, right? Yeah, for sure. These big games all around. So tonight and overnight, some big games that we'll be keeping an eye on. Japan and China just getting kicked off as well. So we'll keep... feel free to in the chat as well. You can keep us updated with the scores. Shadow says, I was so sad when the first goal was ruled out after 20 seconds. Dude, it was such an epic start. Afterwards, after the stream, go back to like early on. It'll be... We started like 10 minutes before kickoff. So go into the stream like maybe 12, 13, maybe 15 minutes in. And you'll see me jumping around when I thought we'd open the scoring within 20 seconds. It was epic. Going to Qatar, mate. I won't be going to Qatar, but would love to get to maybe... because, of course, the next World Cup, which is 2026, is what? Well, AS Espinosa, you're in California. It's over in... It's there, isn't it? It's in the States. Isn't it States, Mexico, and Canada? It's Canada too, isn't it? Yeah, dude. Bri with us as play a song guitar. Japan has a crazy front line, says Amir. They've got such a strong side, man. They got some really quality players, Japan. They always have had quality players. Talking about the FFA Cup, Hyper Gang says if Wellington wins the game, doesn't it mean as much because you already would have aced the Champions League? Doesn't mean as much because you would already have Asian Champions League. I'm not sure what you mean by that comment. If Wellington wins, the game doesn't mean as much because you already would have... Oh, sorry. See what you're saying now. Yes, you're right. So if Wellington win, Mariners host the FA Cup final, and we automatically secure our place in the qualifiers for the Asian Champions League, which is epic, dude. Chuck's in here with a hot take. Lecky Clearworth's player, honestly terrible. McGree deserves a start, says Chuck. Big call. Jacob's in here as well, said Lecky, get him off. We were talking about Lecky a little bit earlier. He has been involved a lot, but yes, some wayward passes. There was a couple of penalty shouts involving Lecky too. I don't think he's been at his best as well. So maybe McGree could probably come in and play in that wide area. Does Craig Goodwin come on and play in that left hand side for the Socceroos? Potentially. Pano says, I think Lecky's been all right. Just hasn't got the end product yet. Yeah, and it was Scott, I believe it was Scott in the live chat who brought up confidence. And that's a great point to bring up because confidence is obviously a big thing for footballers. And confidence is what Matt Leckie has been lacking at the moment in the A-League. And they're showing some highlights on TV now of Matt Leckie's involvement and some of the goals that were scored. But yeah, dude, just lacking that confidence. Because he's got the technical ability. We know how good he can be, Matt Leckie. But he's not playing with that same swagger that maybe he's used to in past years. Shane McLaren's header, though. How good was that? Matt Leckie got the assist. Yeah, that is right. Leckie got the assist for the Rogic goal, the second one. Panna says Goodwin to come on. Yeah, Goodwin comes on. Stephen says Rogic is the Central Coast Mariners god. It's it's an honour for the Central Coast to know that we sort of started in a way Tom Rogic's rise, if you like. Paddy's in here. Says, of course, Tommy Rogic gets the goal. Absolute stallion of a man. Panna says, definitely a confidence player. Matt Leckie, yeah, for sure. Is Metcalf on? I only watched the last 5 minutes. Nah, Metcalf isn't on at the moment. We've got the live lineup here, so you can see what Jackson Irvine and Aaron Moy in the base of that midfield. But yeah, if we could see Metcalf. I don't think we will see him tonight. I think we will see, maybe the likes of Duke, Goodwin, McGree to come on. But yeah, if one of those more defensive midfielders, I think we've got Jimmy Jago on the bench as well. So maybe Jimmy Jago will probably get some minutes ahead of Metcalf. But dude, if we can grab another few goals in the second half, it might be a good chance to bring on some of those younger guys just to give them some experience, like Tilio, like Metcalf, just to give them a run, just to simply give them a run. Currently 0-0 between Japan and China, which just kicked off 5 minutes ago. Jacob says Rogic is a victory legend. Yeah, he obviously did some good stuff at Melbourne Victory as well, didn't he, Tommy Rogic? Involved at both A-League clubs. Shadow says Matty Ryan, Sainsbury and Rogic are all Mariners gods. Pano asks a good question, the big question that we're all asking, and we're all hoping for the same answer as Australian fans. Pano asks, do you think Australia qualify for the World Cup? Are we strong enough compared to the other Asian countries? I'm not confident enough to say that we're the best performing team in Asia. I think when you look at, even thinking back to that game against Japan a few months back, looking at the quality that Saudi Arabia has, looking at some of the other in the other group, you've got South Korea as well. So all these teams are so good and have such classy players. Do I think Australia can qualify? Yes. This performance has been very promising. We think back to our previous qualifiers, 2 draws, very lackluster performances. Against Saudi Arabia, against China was the other one, I'm pretty sure. And concerns, race over Graham Arnold. Some people saying Graham Arnold out. I'm not Graham Arnold out yet. Hey, I'm not Graham Arnold out yet. But yeah, I think we will. I think we will. I'm optimistic. Neon says, would love to see a little bit of Duke tonight. Yeah, I reckon he'll get some minutes. Tarnley says 4-0. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed for a big win. Espinoza says, hopefully we can see you and the Roos here in the States next World Cup. Dude, yeah, actually, that's what I was saying before. I was going to finish that point before. I've never been to a World Cup. And that would be a great one to get to. Because I went to the States, like a few years ago for a holiday, pre-COVID times, obviously. Quick shout out to the 40. And speaking of the States, quick shout out to the 49ers. Lockie says, Jacob, bring on Monday, red and gold, baby. That's right. For those that spotted the 49ers mug. Shadow says, Tilio will tear Vietnam's defense apart. He's got that X Factor marker, Tilio, so we'd love to see him get some minutes. Chuck says, still don't get how Joel King deserves a start, but he hasn't been terrible. Joel King's been good, man. Joel King's been good. And I know what you mean. He's been shaky at A-League level. Overall, Sydney FC, haven't been performing at their best, and Joel King definitely hasn't been at his best. He's had some more in games. How many teams from the AFC can qualify into Qatar? I believe it's not a straight number because so 4 automatically go through, and then let me just double check. Because there's the qualifiers. There's the playoffs between the teams in third place in the groups and the teams from South America. So it could be 4. Let's check though. If anyone in the chat knows, just back me up now if you want. But let's check it up. So World Cup 2022 qualification. I'll just say country. No, sorry. Continents? Conferences? What are we calling it? Countries. If anyone knows, so it should just it'd be between 4 or 6, right? So potentially 6 nations could qualify if the third place teams win their playoffs. I believe that's how it works. I'll double check for you. DBM's in here. Good to see you in here, man. Says, love Jay McLaren for nation, not for club. Oh, Shadows is a good question in. You guys are asking good questions tonight. Asks, do you think Arnold is the right man to bring Australia forward? Personally, I think we need a coach from overseas. Like if Leeds and Bielsa part ways, we'd love to see him be Socceroos coach. Dude, he's a mastermind, isn't he? Like a Bielsa. Dude, I'm still in for Graham Arnold, man. I don't know whether it's because I'm a Mariners fan and he won our first ever championship, Graham Arnold. So I don't know whether I've got fond memories of him from that. I hope it works out. And I wish Postecoglou had it worked out for the previous World Cup. I mean, like he won the Asian Champions, the Asian Cup on home soil in 2015, and I wish he would have taken us to the World Cup in 2018. I hope Arnie, who's been in charge of the team for a little while now, I hope he takes us to the World Cup. If we can have good performances in these last few qualifiers, then yeah, man, go all the way. Don't third place teams play each other before playing South American teams? Is that right, Todd Platinum? You could be right. That's what we were saying before. It's always so confusing, eh? Jacob says, as a victory supporter, I'll never celebrate a McLaren goal. I don't think I've ever been like that. I think when it comes to Socceroos, I sort of put aside all rivalries. And like being a Mariners fan, I mean, my main rivals being Newcastle Jets. There aren't often that many Newcastle Jets playing for the Socceroos. Have there been any? Joel Griffiths, maybe? Joel Griffiths, Jade North? Any Newcastle Jets fans in the chat? What Newcastle Jets play for the Socceroos? Nicky Carl? Did Nicky Carl play for the Socceroos back in the day? And that's the thing. They probably haven't a Socceroos play for some time. Yeah. I mean, Jets were... Goodwin was at the Jets a while back, but if you want to count that. Yeah, dude, right, says playing a South American team in the playoffs. Yikes, dude, yeah. I understand that before, and it could be someone like Uruguay, Colombia. These are good teams, man. Jacob says, Graham Arnold's squad selection is so biased, he never earned the job in the first place. I think with his success at domestic level in Australia, earned it. Like, I think many people would say that he is one of the greatest of A-League coaches. I don't think he is the great. I think Ange Postecoglou is, but I think Graham Arnold's second. I think Graham Arnold's the second ever greatest A-League coach. Yeah. Shadow says, Goodwin used to play, I assume you meaning for the Jets. Yeah. Yeah, so if you want to count that. Andrew Naboot, yeah. Andrew Naboot was at the Jets. But I mean, like, these guys weren't necessarily didn't make the Socceroos off the back of their Newcastle Jets performances, you know what I mean? Like, Goodwin's only really come into the Socceroos scene from his performances at Adelaide. And similarly with Andrew Naboot, I mean, was he playing overseas at the time, a few years back? But I mean, obviously, Andrew Naboot, who's been playing his last few years at both Melbourne clubs, Victory and City. Japan penalty kick. Let's keep an eye on that, actually. Is that right? Still 0-0 according to my updates here. Okay. Oh, some rain apparently looking like it's falling. Looking like it's falling here at Amy Park. And we are almost ready to get the second half underway. Time for a little bit of a snack break. Not sponsored, but Mars, M&M's if you're watching. If you're watching. As Vietnam make a substitution. Got some fresh legs. 2 plays. 2 substitutions. Japan have scored. We've got a score update in the chat. Amir says Japan 1-0. So Japan have scored. Okay. That's okay. We don't panic. We relax. It's all right. Socceroos fans. Okay. Big second half. Japan have scored a penalty. Oh, we are underway. We are underway once again here at Amy Park for the second half. Australia, Vietnam. McLaren and Rogic with the goals in the first period. And here we go, underway. Clock is updated here, so you can see the live clock. So if you want to sync up your stream to what I'm watching here, that's live. Chuck says Eminem need to sponsor the Go to Valley content. Oh, can you imagine? That'd be hilarious. Dude, actually, no, that would be dangerous because, dude, if they sent me, there's nothing more addictive than peanut M&Ms, dude. I tell you right now, like, it'd be funny, it'd be hilarious if they did. They never would, but like, if they like sent me like free M&Ms, that'd be so dangerous because I just down them, man. Do you guys ever do that? Like, eat way too much chocolate or lollies or something? I don't eat lollies. I'm a sucker for chocolate though, and I just like always get sick. I always feel sick. Like, you're just down. I'll probably down this packet tonight and regret it. Jacob in the chat. I'm just reading this comment. Jacob, he sent in a minute ago. If Kevin Muscat went to manage Sydney, then Victor supporters would dislike him. How come Arnold is so loved, even though he went to Sydney? I'll answer that question in a second because Vietnam's gone forward, but it's been dealt with. It's a fair question. Initially, there was a bit of distaste, and there was some controversial stuff in the media back in the day when Mariners were first facing Sydney FC, who are in charge, who are currently being led by Graham Arnold at the time. But looking back on it, I have no bitterness between Graham Arnold moving to Sydney FC and succeeding at Sydney FC. Like, the dude won championships there. The dude won trophies there. Dude, I just called the Socceroos. Oh my god, almost penalty shout there, Martin Boyle. I just called Graham Arnold dude. I apologize, Graham Arnold. You deserve more respect than dude. Not that he's watching. I mean, he could be. He's not at the game. He's unfortunately contracted the virus. But yeah, dude. Even though Graham Arnold went on after, I just think of what he did for the Mariners, taking us to our first championship, and I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that. And regardless of what he did for rival teams, man. Neon says, just waiting for the TikTok where Socceroos fans during halftime against Vietnam on the one guy being like, everyone stay calm, and then when Japan scores, okay, panic. It'll be panic stations later in March, and keep an eye in March time when we have the two crucial qualifiers against Japan and Saudi Arabia. We'll probably be doing some watchalongs for those games, I'm sure. And that could be panic time. That could be where we panic. But I think regardless of, look, we'll start panicking if Vietnam can get a couple goals back. But at the moment, it is Socceroos on the front foot. Tom Rogic again involved and wins the foul. Again, he's been on the end of it, hasn't he? These Australian attackers. Joel King getting on the ball. Wonder how soon we'll see some substitutes. Wonder whether some of these guys who have flown in from the other side of the planet just a few days ago, whether they'll have tired legs. Potentially. Japan currently now ahead of Australia in the live ladder. Currently ahead. Due to that goal. That penalty goal. Vietnam, are they almost in here? Almost getting in behind. Shaky stuff from Australia. Goal shot comes in. Sainsbury's there to block. Have they called an offside now? I think they have. They have. Okay. It was actually 3 substitutions. So Vietnam had 3 substitutions at the halftime break. Okay. Keep an eye around the 60th minute mark. I reckon we'll start seeing some moves from the Roos. Off the bench, I mean. Socceroos will get a corner here 5 minutes into the second half. So Japan now ahead just by 1 point. Mariners 4 goals clear of them on goal difference. Where can you find the live ladder I'm using? It's just on Google. So I think even if you just Google Socceroos, and it's like the just like the sports section that just comes up. You know what I mean? Corner for the Roos comes out to Rogic, who has to collect and decides to go back. Right says, Lockie, maybe add a visual of the table, maybe above the lineups. That's a good idea, man. Might do that for... Oh! Lecky almost with a chance here. No, I like that idea about the table. Might do that for the next watch-along. Good suggestion. All right, here's Lecky on the left wing. Socceroos maybe with a chance. Good move, Lecky gets around his man. Cross along the floor. Defender gets his foot on it. And Vietnam will work it out. Oh, we've got a substitution prediction here. McGree to come on 64th minute. I can see it happening. Vietnam now on the counter-attack. On the left-hand side. Frank Karacic blocking it. Shot comes in just wide. Vietnam have been creating chances. I've had a couple of chances this game, haven't they? Later in that second half, they were slowly getting back into it. Just catching, especially those fullbacks. There was a couple of times in that first half where Joel King was exposed, where Frank Karacic was exposed in the fullback positions. And Vietnam have despite the scoreline and Australia have been dominating overall. Vietnam have been up for it. Have been physical, have been competitive, and have been smart when to break for the counter-attack. So credit to them. Credit to them. Yeah. Joel King looking to send Lecky in behind. Keeper comes out and loses the ball. Will be a throw-in. Matt Lecky. Can he lift his game here in the second half? He was involved, but in order to... he's such a key player for Australia. We need him to lift at national level. Here's Irvine, who'll play, and a cross isn't a good ball at all. Irvine, he's worked hard, but his involvements haven't necessarily been that impressive. Right, says, I feel like if we can't get a third, we bring on someone defensive. It's maybe a fair shout. Maybe later on. Yeah, I'd still love to go for the... If we can just get a couple extra goals, man. I mean, who knows how many Japan are going to score tonight against China. I mean, they're currently up 1-0 early on in that game. And that game's barely 20 minutes in. So yeah, I mean, it would be... I mean, obviously the 3 points is vital and is a priority. But to get goals, man, just that goal difference. Because as I was talking about earlier, it could come down to it. As we play the likes of Japan and Saudi Arabia in March, will it come down? Like, how painful would it be if our place in the World Cup was decided by goals scored? So, I mean, at the moment, we're looking good. We're ahead of both Japan and Saudi Arabia on goal difference, at least. Not points, but goal difference. Neon says, why does the Vietnam coach look so miserable? Did someone say when the camera panned onto him? Yeah, dude, they showed his reaction when Vietnam I think it was that early chance that they had. I love his get up too. He's got the polo shirt and the blue denim jeans. There's not often you see blue denim jeans on a manager on the sidelines of a national team. I love it. Blue denim jeans, I love it. Okay. Here's another attack building for the Socceroos. Martin Ball on the right. Will he deliver or will he play? Oh, I think he went. Was he going for goal there? It was a dangerous one. They will win a corner. It was deflected. Okay. Here we go. Last year we didn't get auto qualification because of the goal difference. Bro has drip says right. The blue denim jeans. I think the shirt was tucked into. Yeah, like the belt and the blue denim jeans. I love it. That's great. Imagine if Graham Arnold rocked up just wearing like blue denim jeans. The last World Cup, yeah. Here we go. Corner for Moy. Headed clear. Comes out for Boyle. Aaron Moy now on the right-hand side. Another cross. And once again cleared away. Fran Karacic can't find it. Throw in for the Roos. Still on the front foot. Would love another goal here early on in this second half. Can we find it? Can we find the goal? Throw's going to come in from Karacic in towards Irvine. Flicks it on. Come on. Let's go, Roos. Find it. Vietnam will clear. And we'll look to go on the counter-attack again here. Fran Karacic going in for that. What a tackle. What a tackle. I think he was worried he was going to get called up there and it would have gotten a yellow. But what a challenge there from Karacic. Jolly King. Oh, nice flick from Lecky. That's good. Irvine. Lecky, will he get on the end of this? We'll get the corner anyway. No, it stayed in. It's going to be a throw-in. Okay. Okay. Good start. Good start to the second half. Good dominance so far. Piling on the pressure. It's a matter of the players making the runs, getting the creative players on the ball to create the opportunities. Here is one of these players, Aaron Moy. Let's see how many players Vietnam get behind the ball. So many defenders. Especially through that middle area of the park where the likes of Tom Rogic, Jackson Irvine like to operate. So packed. So packed. Japan still 1-0 up over China in their qualifier. Here's Karacic. Plays in a cross. Good ball. It'll go out for a corner. Another corner here now on the opposite side for the Socceroos. Right says, I love a tight game, but with our situation, I'll be good without one. Dude, we want goals galore, man. We want goals galore, don't we? Any predictions which subs might come on? Ask Neil. Max is in the chat, says Lecky is finished. Yeah, I reckon maybe Goodwin on for Lecky. Maybe 65th minute. Goodwin on for Lecky. And maybe I don't know. Like I don't want to take off all. Like here we go. Here's the corner. I don't want to take off any of these players because they're all so key. Maybe McGree on for someone like Irvine. Just get a bit more drive in that midfield. Fresh legs. So maybe McGree on for Irvine. 70th minute. And we just would love to see Marco Tilly on the field, man. I mean, again, at Amy Park, where Marco Tilly has performed in the past. Marco Tilly has played at big games at Amy Park. Specifically, the A-League Grand Final last year. He was fantastic in that game. McLaren's going to get on the end of this. Heads back. Yeah, Lecky has been a bit the end product, as we were saying earlier. He's not really there, is it? He's been involved a lot. A lot of moves have come down this left-hand side for the Socceroos, but yeah, I'd love to see Craig Goodwin on the park. I think he's just going to bring something a bit. I think he's just going to be a bit more effective. You know what I mean? He's got more. Craig Goodwin's carrying more confidence than him. I mean, Craig Goodwin scored 2 goals last Sunday, so he's coming off some decent results. Craig Goodwin, decent performances, I should say. Aaron Moy's just going to lose the ball here. Vietnam have it in the final third. Let's hope we stay defensively tight. That's a good ball in. That's a good ball in. And Matt Ryan had to claim that as we approach the hour mark in this game. Oh, good move. Joel King just got sold there. Sainsbury can clear. Martin Boyle's there to get up. Goes down. Shot comes in. Martin Boyle is down with apparent head contact. Hopefully he's okay. Ivan says, Lockie, how are you feeling about the FFA Cup news? Oh, look, I'm all right. Like, obviously disappointed that Gosford weren't drawn, but optimistic that Wellington will get the result on Saturday. Just fingers crossed. I was saying earlier, like, I'll be a Wellington Phoenix fan for the day on Saturday. Wellington Phoenix fan for a day, because I desperately want the game to be played at Gosford. Desperately want the game. Xander, back, played a few games of Rocket League. Nice. Excited to hopefully see Wellington win. Yeah, man, and dude, that's the thing. I've seen so many online across all of the social platforms, like so much support for the Mariners and for the Central Coast to host this final. Like it seems like from like everyone from all these various different teams. It's like everyone wants it. Even I've even had Victory fans be like, I was kind of hoping for Central Coast Stadium for the away day to Central Coast Stadium for Victory fans who haven't been here before. So it's almost like everyone wants it. Let's make it happen. But there is a decent chance Melbourne might host if they get the win on the weekend. So yeah, man. Oh, again, the wayward pass. McLaren couldn't find Boyle. It's important that we hold on defensively here. Do not want to start conceding goals because Vietnam they're finding more opportunities here in attack, aren't they? You can see the numbers we've gotten back here in defense. Martin Boyle's helping out the back. Oh, it's come in. What a save, Matty Ryan. Well, what a chance for Vietnam. Easily their best chance of the game. And from point-blank range, Matty Ryan proves his quality. What a save. Oh, what a reflex save by Matt Ryan. Look at this, man. Oh, that's great. Yeah, he made himself big. Got his shoulder up to the ball. That's right. Save. What a save. Matty Ryan, what a legend. This is the fun fact, this is the stadium where Matt Ryan made his A-League debut for the Mariners against Melbourne Heart back in the day. Corner comes in for Vietnam. Goes away. Yeah, I remember this. Mariners fans might remember this. Jess Van Stratton, our keeper at the time, went off injured. I think it was round 1 too. In like 2011. Might have been 2010. I think it was 2011. This young goalkeeper named Matthew Ryan, who we hadn't seen before, came off the bench to replace the injured Jess Van Stratton. And the rest was history. Who would have thought a few years ago he would have been playing for the likes of Brighton and Arsenal in the Premier League? Who also, Ivan in the chat says, also renaming the FA Cup to the original national cup name of the Australia Cup. I did see rumours about this. I don't think it obviously hasn't been confirmed yet, but yeah. I did hear about this, the Australia Cup name, and I'm not the biggest fan, to be honest. I just wish they could have found something a bit more interesting or creative. I feel like the Australia Cup just feels a bit dull. Neon says, I really want Wellington Phoenix to win on Saturday so I can go watch the FA Cup final as a neutral. Be so cool to support the Mariners. Yeah, dude. I mean, we hope so. Hey, substitutions, and Craig Goodwin is coming on, and as is Mitch Duke. So as past the hour mark, we are about to see some substitutions for Australia. So interested to see who comes off. I mean, the most obvious answers are Matthew Leckie and Jamie McLaren. It'll be interesting to see whether it is anyone else coming off. All good, Stephen. Thanks for tuning in, mate. Enjoy the rest of your night, eh? Ooh. Deganex had a good game, man. He's dealt with pretty much everything. I don't know if he's put a foot wrong. Vietnam again getting forward. Joel Kings made the block, and Vietnam will earn a corner here. Okay. So, Vietnam's the second half, just especially in these last 5 minutes, just slowly working their way into the game and creating good goal scoring opportunities. And they'll have a corner here now as the rain continues to pour at Amy Park. Ball comes in, far post, comes back in, and is headed over the bar. And you can see the Socceroos lads just almost looking at each other as if like to ask, how did this How was that chance created? It was Deganek who was marking that far post man. Just after praising him, he didn't do a good job of tracking his man there, did he? Miloš Deganek. So, here comes Craig Goodwin coming off the park wearing number 10. It is Matthew Leckie and McLaren coming off as predicted. Goodwin's on. Duke is on. Some understandable changes. It's good stuff. So, Goodwin, excited to see Craig Goodwin on the park. I was talking about him just 10 minutes ago. And how he's building some good form at A-League level. And he needs to be getting some minutes, man. And he is here. And he's a player who has again, I don't like that the actual term X factor, but it's a good way to sum up like a player who just has the ability to sort of change the game. That's what I mean when I say X factor. And Craig Goodwin's one of those players, man. Craig Goodwin's one of those players. He's been killing it for Adelaide United lately. Neon says, "Let's go, Duke." Shadow says, "What happened to us? We aren't playing well right now." Well, credit to Vietnam who have just like done well to get themselves back in the game. I don't think we've been doing too much wrong. Against some of these wayward passes in attack, I mean, we just saw Rogic actually. That pass was a little bit short for Boyle. Long ball. Here's Goodwin's first touch of the ball on the left wing. We've got the height of Mitch Duke in the middle of the park. Jackson Irvine's in there, and we'll get on the end of this. Irvine, hopefully he's onside. Goodwin back inside. Here's Craig Goodwin in the box, and he goes down. That's a penalty for sure. That can't be a dive. Look at the way he went down. Well, it's either the most dramatic dive I've ever seen or a penalty. It's either the most dramatic dive I've ever seen or a penalty. What a challenge by Mitch Duke to win the ball back. Well, I'd love to see some replays of that. What did you guys think? Was that a penalty from Craig Goodwin? I mean, we get to see closer replays. But the way he went down, Craig Goodwin's a pretty honest player, I think, isn't he? I thought penalty for sure, man. Wow. And what an impact it would have been from the Adelaide United winger if he came on, won a penalty. Here's Mitch Duke again, another one of the substitutes. Looking to get involved. Would love another goal. Josh says dramatic dive. Noah says pen. Good to see a replay, hey? Good to see a replay. Okay. Look at Vietnam. They're like really stubborn as well, Vietnam too. Just the way they're playing, that not wanting to give Australia, especially in midfield, any time on the ball. Making it hard for us to get our fast attacks on. Here's Jackson Irvine in a good position. He's got Goodwin to his left. That's a good challenge. Goodwin can't get to the ball. Updated lineup is on your screens to acknowledge the substitutions. Goodwin on for Leckie on the left wing. And Duke on for McLaren up front. The two City lads going off the park. 0 shots still for China, says Harper Gang. Thanks for keeping us updated on the other game, man. Is it still 1-0 in that game? Looks like it is. Feel free to let us know if there's any other goals in that game. Yeah, dude. If Japan can't win in that game, then that's good news for us, for Australia. In terms of the group standings. Here's Aaron Moy in the middle of the park, who hasn't done anything too amazing. He's sort of just he's been the man sort of controlling things at the base of midfield for most of this game. Jackson Irvine's on the ball, and he's had a decent game. Again, he hasn't necessarily had too many telling contributions in attack, Jackson Irvine, but he has worked hard. He's been popping up in the front line, at the base of midfield, everywhere. So quickly approaching the 70th minute mark. This game's actually going by pretty quickly. We've only got 20 minutes to go. As Vietnam will make their 5th substitution here. we going to see it? Is there an Australian sub come? As I said before, so many red shirts in the stadium, man. The Vietnam fans have come out in force. It's good. So good to see a packed Amy Park. Is there another substitution here potentially for the Socceroos? Let's keep an eye on it. Nope, play on. Shadow says Vietnam have played well the second half. Yeah, dude. Credit to them, man. They've gone back into it. They're showing some good competitive spirit in the first half, and they've continued that in the second, and have created some good chances. They could have scored a goal, man. Could have had a goal or two if it wasn't for Matty Ryan. Crucial save from Matt Ryan about 10 minutes ago. Well, apparently Riley McGree is going to come on. Another substitution we called. Will be interesting to see who comes off for the Socceroos. Potentially Irvine, maybe even Tommy Rogic if he's done. Would love to see him still on the park, but just to keep the legs fresh, just to keep make sure we don't pick up any injuries for these crucial games. Amir says, I know this is off topic, but Nick Kyrgios is crazy in the doubles. Dude, I was watching the game today, so it's certainly I can certainly talk about that one. Oh, we're going to interrupt because here's Craig Goodwin in behind. Craig Goodwin, he chips it. Craig Goodwin scores. Australia up 3-0, and Craig Goodwin has made it 3. Well, we talked him up coming onto the field. I said how he'd been building some good form. When you compare him and Lecky, Goodwin's been the better player in the A-League this season, and that's a fantastic finish from a player who, honestly, he's underrated. He's underrated at national level. The ball comes over the top, and Goodwin just comes on the end of it. No one saw him coming, and what a finish. Chips it perfectly over the keeper. What a finish, Craig Goodwin. 3-0. Goodwin makes it 3, says right. That is right. Craig Goodwin. What a finish. So an important goal for the Socceroos just to extend that lead past the reach of Vietnam. You imagine that's 3 points secured now. And how about that? The celebration. Craig Goodwin. Crucial goal. Crucial goal. Last time he was at Amy Park, man, which was 3 weeks ago against Melbourne Victory, he scored a crucial equaliser. Crucial equaliser. It's going to be Tommy Rogic who's coming off for Riley McGree. Fantastic game from Rogic, a player who we just adore. And Riley McGree, a player who has recently secured his move to Middlesbrough in the English Championship. Getting some minutes here on the field. Very excited to see what he can bring as well. Again, another player who can bring something. X factor. Can change the game. Not that we need the game to be changed. We don't want the game to be changed, but he can create some goals. He can create some opportunities. Riley McGree. Shadow says Matt Ryan, even Kalava-esque with that delivery. Hey, what a goal, says Amir. Yeah, and Amir, just to talk about before. Yeah, I was watching the Kyrgios Kokonakis doubles semi-final today. They're into the final. How good. So yeah, I've been keeping up with the tennis as well. Noah raises a good point here. Noah in the live chat says Graham Arnold has a better perspective on his team, so he can see what they play like and focus on the whole team. Oh, you mean because he's like watching from home? Or from the hotel or whatever? Is that what you mean? Like right now because he's not at the game? So, 3-0. As the rain comes down in Amy Park. Neon says, my McGree sub prediction was off by 9 minutes. Close enough, man. That is close. Good to see McGree as well playing in what I believe is his best position as as an advanced midfielder. It's good that he didn't necessarily like come on as one of the holding midfielders, if you like. He's more advanced. All right, Vietnam just looking to get forward here, but Martin Boyle's been good tonight getting back in defence, isn't he? He's eager to get back and help out his defenders. Yeah, it's a fair point, Noah. Yeah, he must be nice. I'm as much as I'm sure he'd love to be there. Graham Arnold. Okay, can we get 4? Can we get 4? Here's Martin Boyle on the wing. Can't find McGree, who I don't think has touched the ball yet. Riley McGree since coming on a couple minutes ago. Who else will we see coming on? Maybe a couple more players come on. Maybe some minutes for Melbourne City lad Connor Metcalf. Here's Craig Goodwin in attack. We'll go centrally for McGree. Here is McGree. Right foot strike. Oh, what a finish! Riley McGree makes it 4. It's the super subs combining, and what a goal! Oh, it's fantastic. We love to see it. Riley McGree. Oh, I'm so happy for him, man. He's a young player with so much potential, and that's a fantastic strike. It was a poor clearance from Vietnam. Goodwin picked up the ball. Played very smart pass from Goodwin to find McGree in space. And look at that. McGree just shifts it around, looks for that space. With his weak foot, McGree's left-footed. This will be a good angle here. They're showing a good replay from behind it. McGree finds the space. That's a fantastic finish. Right in that bottom corner. No chance keeper. 4-0. Let's go. Let's go. Amir says, no way. 4-0. We've done it, man. Right says, no way, subs. How good. How good. Well, Neon, just earlier, and Neon, I assuming that comment came in just before he scored the goal, says, I would love to see McGree start in a game for one of the upcoming qualifiers. Well, dude, he's made an impact like that, so that'll certainly boost his chances of getting started. Here's Vietnam almost getting in behind. Had a chance there in the box. It's been cleared away. Well, this is fantastic. Literally, I swear, like less than a minute before that goal was scored, I was asking for 4. I was like, will we see 4? I want to see 4. And we've got it 4-0. This is doing wonders for our goal difference. And it's going to send a message to the other teams in the group that Australia are coming and that we're on fire at the moment, because this is very good. This is very good. It's vital that we keep a clean sheet now. Do not want to see a goal conceded, man. Hypergang says, what a finish. Yeah. Noah says, I was about to say, no, McGree scorpion kick, dude. Imagine if he did it again here. Wouldn't that be epic? Shadow says, McGree has so much potential. I know, right? Like he's still, like how old is McGree? He's probably 23 now. Let's Google it. He might be 24 actually. How old is Riley McGree? As I mentioned earlier, he's now playing his football at Middlesbrough in the championship. He is 23. He is 23. Dude, he's got a big career ahead of him. And, you know, if he can keep this upward trend going, he could be a Premier League player within a few years. Amir says Japan halftime still 1-0 for Japan over China. Okay, that's all right. As long as we get some big goals. Here's Duke almost with the opportunity. Almost getting in there. So, hey, and how good for these substitutes to come on and score some goals. Hey, official attendance on the screen right now, 27,740 packed into Amy Park. That is a fantastic crowd. That's a great crowd. For a midweek game here in Melbourne. 27,000. It looks like it's been a great atmosphere. Neon says McGree's 23 will be the next big star to come out of Australia. All eyes on him now. All eyes on him, especially after securing this move, staying in England, staying in the championship. Was getting some minutes at Birmingham City in the first half of the season, and now at a good club at Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough, a club who were in the Premier League a few years back. Just hope he gets some regular game time and can perform at that level. Because another guy who's on the park right now did it a few years ago. That's Aaron Moy. Was at Huddersfield Town in the championship. Helped them to promotion. Here's Martin Ball, who might get in behind. Keeper's going to claim it. But as I was saying, Aaron Moy took his Huddersfield Town at the time to promotion. Stayed in the Premier League with Brighton and Hove Albion. Neon says, imagine McGree at a team like Chelsea or Manchester United or Spurs. That would be epic. 2 more substitutions. Jimmy Jego and Marco Tilio coming on. Well, how good. We're going to see Marco Tilio get his first senior minutes for the Australian national team. At a stadium he knows well, being a Melbourne City lad. And Jimmy Jego, not a bad substitution to bring on as well. I imagine he'll come on for potentially Jackson Irvine, who's had a good shift tonight. Scotty says our goal difference is up to 10 or 11 now. Let's check, eh? Let's check that live ladder. And we'll get everyone updated on how it's looking. So, scoring 4 goals. The way things are looking at the moment with the live ladder, Socceroos goal difference is now at 9. Okay, it's now at 9. Japan's goal difference is at 3. So hypothetically, if we were to be contesting for Japan for second spot in the table come the end of it, we're sitting very pretty on goal difference. It is Aaron Moy who's going to make way for Jimmy Jego. And Marco Tilio maybe on 4 for Martin Boyle. Jimmy Jego's on the field. It is Martin Boyle is coming off for Marco Tilio. Marco Tilio, dude. Goodwin scored. McGree scored. Is Marco Tilio going to get the 5th? Dude, I hope so. I want it to happen so bad, man. I love Marco Tilio. I think he's fantastic. I hope he does it. Vietnam trying to find an opportunity here. Will they do it? They're squeezing in, and good block there from Milos Degenek, who has had a very good game. Our best defender tonight. Degenek, who has stepped up big in place of Harry Suter. Good block. He was there. He was in the way. Neon says, my fingers are crossed that Tilio to make an impact in this game. Me too. As I was just saying, dude, would love to see him score a ripper. He's good. He can score the spectacular goals, man. Last goal he scored was at this stadium against Wanderers about a month ago now. Fantastic strike from outside the box, and that was off the bench too. Matt Ryan will claim this Vietnamese corner, and Socceroos can push back up the field. We're in the final 10 minutes now, and look, a 5th goal isn't unimaginable. How do the Women's World Cup qualifiers work if 8 teams qualify through 3 groups? 8 teams qualify through 3 groups? I'm not sure what you mean. It might be a thing where it was a similar thing in the Olympics, hey? It's like the highest place, third place teams in the group qualify. That might be what the answer is. Neon asks, hey Lockie, do you think Kai Rolls deserves a chance at senior debut before the knockout rounds of the qualifiers? Well, it's a question of like whether this might be his only time to be involved in a squad. Like this could be it. These couple games. So, would love to see him get some minutes, man. I don't even know if he will be involved in the qualifiers, in the knockout stage if we get there. So. It's a fair point though. Would be good to see him, especially in a game like this. If we're up with a comfortable lead, good chance to get someone like Rolsey on the field. Hey, I'm not sure how it began. Can't answer that one for you. Might have to look it up. 84th minute now. Jimmy Jego to Duke, and here's Tilio on the right. Far pass, just can't find McGree. So all 4 attacking players up the front now. New plays you can see here on the lineup graphic. Tilio on the right-hand side. Jimmy Jego in midfield alongside Jackson Irvine, who's... dude, he's got an engine and a half, doesn't he, Jackson Irvine? The hardest working player on the field. Ball's given away here by Australia in defence, and Vietnam are going to come in attack. Jackson Irvine's there to pick it off. I think we've handled the second half well. Oh, McGree releases Tilio. Here's a chance for the Socceroos. Breaking through. Duke in the middle. Goodwin far post. Tilio loses the ball. It's a good challenge by the Vietnamese defender. That was a great tackle. Marco Tilio should have been a bit more decisive there. Maybe play an earlier pass through for Duke potentially. Because we were through. We were away there. That was a great pass initially there from McGree. Fantastic. That's what he brings, McGree. His dribbling, his technical ability, and his passing. His distribution's good as well. Right, says Penn. Tilio did go down, but it looked like a really clean tackle. I think out of all the... I mean, there's been like maybe 4 or 5 penalty shouts for the Socceroos. That's the least. That's like the least one I was least interested in. I think that McGree... sorry, not McGree. The Goodwin one. The Goodwin one from like... What was that, like 10, 15 minutes ago? I'd love to see another replay of that one, but it must have been a dive. Should have had it and been confident with it, says Noah. Yeah. If he'd just been a bit more decisive on the ball. Here's Karacic in attack. Will go for a strike. It's blocked, and Socceroos win another corner on the right-hand side. Neon says, I think that Goodwin should start in the next game instead of Leckie starting. That is if Leckie doesn't get his confidence back to where it was in previous years. Well, based on this performance, yeah, start Goodwin. Start Goodwin. I mean, but I don't mind the option of bringing these impact players off the bench. And Goodwin is a good impact player to bring off the bench, as is the likes of McGree, Tilio. So, look, if Leckie starts against Oman next week, I wouldn't be disappointed because utilising impact players. Here's Goodwin. McGree... Oh, goes down. Oh my goodness. So okay, we rarely see this happen. So what's just happened? So McGree goes down. That's hilarious. So McGree skips around his man, goes down. That's a clear foul. The referee doesn't call a foul. McGree picks up the ball, expecting the whistle to be blown for the free kick, and free kick goes the way of Vietnam because McGree handballed it because he picked it up. So that was silly. But anyway, we play on. What do you guys think? Goodwin to start next game or Leckie? I'm now thinking about it a bit more. Yeah, it's an interesting one. I know what you mean. Just with Goodwin, he's got something different, you know. So actually, now that I think about it more, I think I would want to see Goodwin start. You can use Leckie off the bench if you want. Same starting lineup would be cool, just with Leckie in. Leckie out for Goodwin. And Hayden Hrustic should be back from suspension as well. And whether Aziz Beige can link up with the team for the game next week against Oman. Hypergang asked an interesting question. What are your thoughts on the 26 World Cup being with 48 teams? Has that been confirmed? Is that is that actually been confirmed? I don't know if it's been confirmed, has it? I think the idea feels a bit overwhelming initially. But the more I think about it, I think it would probably be pretty exciting. More teams can qualify. It'll be a real festival of football. I mean, it already is a massive festival of football. I don't know. I think it'd be cool. I'd be very curious to see how they go about the groups. Do they just add like a couple extra groups? Or here's a corner in from the Socceroos. Dangerous area. The ball was floated into. The keeper punches clear. Right says Goodwin 100%. I think it is confirmed. I'm not that against it. I know it's a big step up from 32. But I don't know. I think it could work. That's just 4 extra groups. It's just 4 extra groups, which means, and would that mean? I mean, I'm trying to do the math in my head, but would that mean rather than going to like a round of 16 after the group stage, you'd go to like a round of 32? 16 groups of 3 teams. Okay. And then does the winner go through or something? I like having groups of 4 teams. I think having 3 teams in a group just feels a bit too small. I like having 4 teams. I like how every team can play at least 3 games. That's good. So knockout starts with the round of 32. So is that that's 2 teams going through from each group. Okay, well that's okay, I guess. I don't know. I would put, you know, I'd still prefer 4 groups. I think it's more interesting that way. Whereas, like, if you have 3, everyone could just, like, draw, and you'd have more. If you had 3, then you'd have, like, more chances of teams, like, clashing in terms of who goes through. In terms of, like, being level on points and goal difference and everything. 3 minutes injury time. All right, not long to go now. A few minutes. As Australia, the fans in the stadium enjoying this this impressive performance from the Socceroos overall. It has been impressive. I want to look at some stats. 14 shots for the Socceroos, 6 on target, 61% possession. Vietnam have managed 8 shots, only 2 on target. So it hasn't been completely dominant. But those possession stats are good. Do not want Vietnam to score a late one here. Do not want that to happen. Love to keep this clean sheet. Love to maintain this good goal difference advantage. Vietnam might be in here because Sainsbury's just slipped. Well done, Joel King, who stopped that attack and has had a fantastic Socceroos debut. And literally, as I say, that gives the ball away. That's classic. It's commentator's curse. I started clapping for Joel King, and he just gives the ball away. That's hilarious. Tilio banger 93rd minute, says Noah. Would love that, dude. Get it up to him. Tilio banger 93rd minute. Oh, please make it happen. The scenes, man. The scenes. 4 groups of 12? That would be... Wow. Oh, here is Tilio. He's in. Marco! Oh, he's missed. Oh, we were literally talking about it, and I was being 20% serious. I didn't think it was actually going to happen. Marco Tilio has just come inches away from scoring a goal in the 93rd minute. Well, Noah said Tilio to score a banger in the 93rd minute. It wasn't going to be a banger, but he almost got in for a goal in his Socceroos debut. Oh, Amir, when's the next watch-along? Usually we do them every weekend for the A-League, for some A-League games. No watch-along this coming weekend. But there'll definitely be some watch-alongs the following week. So here's a corner from Socceroos. Sainsbury, that's a handball. Did that not strike the hand of the Vietnamese player? But yeah, the best way to keep up to date with a watch along, I mean, if you want, you can stay subscribed, and I usually post it beforehand. I let you guys know if we're doing a live stream, or you can follow on like Twitter and Instagram. I update there as well. Full time now, maybe. There it is. There it is. Full time. Socceroos have won this crucial qualifier against Vietnam 4-0. A fantastic performance from the Socceroos, and some impressive individual performances as well. Tom Rogic, fantastic. Jamie McLaren getting on the score sheet. The substitutes, Craig Goodwin, McGree, extending the lead. How good? How good? Oh, dude, that's right. Tilio almost scoring there at the end. Almost scoring there at the end. Guys, what a game. What a result. A fantastic result for the Socceroos, which now that this game has concluded, let's check our ladder. And of course, Japan are playing at the moment against China. Japan still sit ahead of us in the group, only ahead by 1 point. But Australia are 6 goals ahead of Japan on goal difference. That is a big advantage, considering that we play them in Sydney on March 24th. Saudi Arabia, just 2 points ahead of us now. But Saudi Arabia play overnight against Oman. So, some games to keep an eye on. Keep an eye on, Aussie fans. If you're in Australia, when you wake up in the morning, we will all be checking the score of the Saudi Arabia game. We imagine that they'll get the win over Oman in that game. Saudi Arabia only 6 goal difference as well. So again, Socceroos, Australia at the moment leading the way in terms of goal difference. So that's going to help us. This group, man, this group stage, we've scored 13 and only conceded 4. That's pretty good. So this game, the 4-0 scoreline in this game has done wonders for our goal difference. All good, Amir. Thanks for jumping into the live stream. Glad you could find it and hang out. Appreciate it, mate. Have a good one. Way to go, Socceroos, says Scotty. That is right. Fantastic performance. Neon says, I think they need to learn how to create chances and make use of the chances without any momentum behind them. Yeah, there were certainly... Look, it wasn't a perfect performance. That's the bottom line as well. There were, especially in that first half, there was a lot of really good, like, we were having good possession, getting into good areas of the pitch. Just wayward passes at times, players not being on the same wavelength. Maybe that's credit to Vietnam. You're doing well defensively to cut out a lot of those passes. But yeah, dude, I mean, as Noah says there in the live chat, whoa, what a game. I mean, I'm just stoked. Considering when we look back, I mean, Graham Arnold was going into this game with pressure over him. 2 draws in the last 2 qualifiers, a loss before that. Kind of get a little bit concerning in terms of our qualification for the World Cup. This result has put it back on track. Still a long way to go. 3 crucial games coming up. Oman next week is going to be massive away to Oman. So, dude, if we can... The exciting thing is, I think we could definitely put in a similar performance here. As we've done tonight against Oman. If we can do that, if we can get a big win Oman, continue to extend our goal difference into double digits, and then potentially push us above, I mean, depending how other results go, of course. If we can just sneak above Japan, maybe, get into second place in the group, that'd be fantastic. Heading into the 2 crucial qualifying matches against Japan and Saudi Arabia later on the year in March. So, this is important. Yes, we were the better team tonight, but it's important that we get this big game to give us the momentum in the future games coming up, which are going to be much more challenging. Credit to Vietnam tonight, who showed some really good competitive spirit, though. Really, we're in this game, man, and had a couple of opportunities to score if it wasn't for Matty Ryan. Hey, if it wasn't for Matty Ryan. But guys, I'm going to tune out there. Have a fantastic rest of your night or day. We've had some international viewers. We had some folks from California, from South Africa as well. Keep an eye out for some more Socceroos content coming here on the Coast Football YouTube channel. The best way to do that is to subscribe. Of course, you know that. If you have enjoyed this watch along, and if you haven't already, feel free to hit like. It does help me out a lot. It helps out the videos and the channel as well. And the content that we're doing here for Australian football, for the A-League, for the Socceroos, and all that jazz. Have a fantastic